Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about my favorite rose fragrances in my collection. I named this fragrance video Not Your Grandma's Rose because you know rose kind of gets a bad rap for being overly mature, blah blah blah. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you decided to come back, big up your whole self. Big up your whole self. Truly, 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 truly appreciate the continued support of my channel. Make sure you're subscribed, give the video a thumbs up, and turn on your notification bell. Okay? As always, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the fragrances, let's talk about my scent of the day. So today, I pulled for this one right here, a classic, and this is Mont Guerlain, but this is the Intense. I tend to pull for the Intense more than the original. I just like this one better. It's sweeter, it's more vanillic, less lavender, but yeah, it's a very pretty, very classy fragrance. You can wear it year-round. It's great for many occasions. I love wearing this to work. Gives me about 6 to 7 hours on the skin, depending on how much I spray. And the sillage and the projection, I would say, is moderate. So my scent of the day today is this one right here, Mont Guerlain Intense from the house of Guerlain. Okay, so let us talk about my rose fragrances, the fragrances in my collection that are rose forward that are my favorite. I have more than these that I'm going to talk about, rose fragrances, but these are the ones I tend to gravitate towards, and I just want to talk about them today. So first up, I don't talk about this fragrance a lot, but it's a fragrance that if you're in the community, you know about, and this one is from Kayali, and this is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Number, what is it, 25? Yeah, I think that's what my old lady eye says. So, Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper is a very, in my opinion, a very spicy, very sexy rose fragrance. Yeah, it opens, there's some pink pepper in the opening, there's definitely saffron, and rose, and I think there's some patchouli, which you get a very slight hint of the earthiness in the dry down. There's some patchouli there that I feel it grounds the fragrance for sure. Yeah, it's a little creamy too because there's some sandalwood in the base. And yeah, Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, love wearing this. To me it's like a sexy rose, spicy. I wear it, where do I wear this fragrance? I wear it anywhere, it just depends on my mood. It's a cute date night fragrance, but not if it's like a big, bad, sexy date. I mean, I pull it out, but it depends on where we're going. Gives me a good amount of time on my skin, about 7 hours. I definitely overspray. I enjoy this fragrance. You do get compliments. It's a very like sophisticated fragrance in my opinion. So it's a very sexy, very spicy, very sophisticated rose fragrance from the house of Kayali, and this is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, and I'm pretty sure you already have gotten your nose on it if you're part of the community. Okay, so the next fragrance I want to talk about is this one right here, and this is EXALTE in collaboration with Fumi Monet. If you are on social media, you know who Fumi Monet is. I think this was launched in the year 2022. And this also has a little kick to it. There's like a spicy kind of edgy vibe in this fragrance. It opens with some citruses and pink pepper. People compare this fragrance, and I don't get the comparison. So people compare this fragrance to Roses Vanille from Mancera. I don't get it. I mean, I smell Roses Vanille. I don't own it, but I've smelled it and I find like it's much sweeter than this. a lot less spicier and definitely different with the citruses. So I don't get the comparison. So to me, this is like a really pretty rose forward spicy fragrance that, you know, it gives the vibe of a lady, definitely a ladylike fragrance. You know, it's not doing too much. It's not loud. It's not obnoxious. It's just very pretty. It projects though. It gives good projection. I get complimented when I wear this. I've worn this to work. But do I think it's a fragrance that I should wear to work? Probably not, but I've done it. Okay, I've done it before. I've gotten compliments. It's not, you know, technically it's not too much for the office, but it just depends on what you do. When I've worn it to work, I definitely have not oversprayed it because look at my dent. I've worn it like, you know, like a normal person. So yeah, there's rose in here, of course. I think it's damask rose, but I love this fragrance. It's long lasting. Gives me 8+ hours on the skin. And like I said, it projects like crazy. So yeah, this is a very ladylike, spicy rose fragrance that I think is good for date night. You could wear it to the office if you so desire. A night out with the girls, this is a great one. Yep. So if you haven't smelled this, I think it's still around. I don't think like the full bottle is still around. I think they still have like travel sizes on the website, but I'll do my best to link what I could find. But yep, this is EXALTE by Fumi Monet. And who's the fragrance? Bella Aura, that's who she did it with. So yep, EXALTE. Get your nose on it if you have not done so. Very pretty fragrance. I absolutely enjoy it. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about, y'all already know how I feel about this because I have spoken about this fragrance ad nauseum, and here it is. No surprise to be on this list. This is Possibilities from the House of La Perla. Listen, I have said time and time again that this is one of the sexiest fragrances that I own, in my humble opinion. I love this fragrance. It's just sexy, spicy, sophisticated. Oh my gosh, it opens with freesia. There's rose in the middle. In the base, we have some vanilla and some oud, a little bit of cashmere. Oh my gosh. I love this fragrance. You know, it's sold out. Some people say it's discontinued. I am yet to confirm this. And I need to know, because I need to find me a backup, because I'm right here. And the minute I heard that it might have been discontinued, I definitely stopped wearing it. I need to do better though. I need to, because I don't want to be without it. I love Possibilities. And you guys already know. It's long lasting. It projects. It's sexy. This is my, I'm going to get you sucker fragrance. This is the one. You know when you want to put it on? This is the one for me. I love this fragrance. It's not for everybody. Okay? It is not for everyone. So, you know, get your nose on it. So if you're into like really sweet, like super duper girly, this is not for you, because this one is spicy. It has a little edge to it. It's just sexy. So Possibilities from the House of La Perla. And y'all know what I always say when I talk about this fragrance. Say after me, the possibilities are endless when you wear this. Okay, next up is another spicy, sexy rose. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Because these are, you know, they're just sexy. They're definitely not your grandma's rose. You hear what I'm saying? So anyways, the next fragrance I'm going to talk about is this one right here from the House of Initio, and this is Atomic Rose. And like I've said before, this fragrance is appropriately named because this baby is a beast. The performance, top notch. It's spicy, it's sexy. Everybody always says it's like Delina's older sister, and I agree. Because it gives that little vibe, but it just takes it up a couple notches. I definitely prefer this than Delina. As you guys know, I only own La Rosée and Exclusive. This is my Delina, okay? This is Atomic Rose. Again, long lasting, projecting, sillage for days, sexiness. There's pink pepper, different types of roses. Oh my gosh. Another sexy banger. There's vanilla in this fragrance in the base. I get it a little bit in the dry down, but all I get is like peppery rose. And that just, you know, it fuels my mood. Like when I put this on, I'm on go. I'm ready. Let's go. We're going out. We're going to do something fun and exciting. It's going to be a date night to remember. I definitely typically pull this for date night. Oh, snap. A blooper. I pull this out for date night. This is not a fragrance that I wear on an everyday basis to go to work. This is too much. This is too much for them. You don't want to hurt them too much. So she survived. She survived the fall. Atomic Rose from the House of Initio. This one, definitely a top-notch fragrance from this house. Get your nose on it if you have not already, because this one is the banger. Okay? Okay, so unlike the other two that I just described, this one right here is a little bit more calm. This is Peregrina from the House of Thameen London. So this is a really pretty girl rose. This is a pretty girl rose. It's not doing too much. It's pretty, it's light, it's airy, very, very mass appealing. Yes, there's caramel in here, and you can get that caramel. So it gives like a sweet, so think about more of, as opposed to the others that I just described, like Possibilities and Atomic Rose, those are a little bit spicier. This is more like a jammy rose in my opinion. It's sweeter. Gosh, this is what I sprayed it on this. A lot easier to wear than the other two I just described. This is a good one. I wear this to work, brunch, you know, running errands. It's that fragrance to me. It's very pretty girl. It's musky. It's sweet. It's everything. Gives about 6 hours on the skin. I would say the projection and the sillage, a little bit, you know, it's in between minimal and moderate. Like in between there. Like a sweet spot in between there. Meaning like it's not going to announce you when you come into the room, but you do have a presence. So yeah, I love this fragrance. This is Peregrina from the House of Thameen London. Next up, we have this fragrance here from the House of Louis Vuitton, and this is ATTRAPE REVES. So this to me is more of a fresh, dare I say aquatic, but just like a fresher, lighter rose. It's not as sweet as Peregrina. It's not spicy like Possibilities or Atomic Rose. It's fresher. There's lychee in the opening. There's peony. There's rose. And in the base, there's a little bit of patchouli. This fragrance lasts, it gives me about, let me see, do I have real estate? It gives me about, I want to say 7 hours on the skin. Yeah, it's a really fresh take on a rose. It's unlike Peregrina, although I have layered Peregrina and ATTRAPE REVES together. That's a beautiful combination. You could see how they go together. This is fresher. Peregrina is sweeter. So yeah. This projects, you know, not really a compliment snatching fragrance. It's just pretty. It's a very pretty rose fragrance that I absolutely enjoy. Yeah, this is the rose lychee combination that I prefer. I'm yet to try that one from, is it Nest? Yeah, I think Nest. I haven't tried that one, but yeah. ATTRAPE REVES from the House of Louis Vuitton. A very fresh take on rose. Wear this to work, run errands. Just very pretty. Some people don't think it's worth the coins. But, you know, I have it in my collection and I'm going to use it. I have the a limited edition bottle here. Yeah, I love this fragrance. So, yeah, ATTRAPE REVES from Louis Vuitton. Another beautiful rose fragrance. Very fresh, very, just a really fun, easygoing fragrance, okay? ATTRAPE REVES Louis Vuitton. Okay, so if you want a rose fragrance that's going to announce your presence, this is the one. Oud Satin Mood from MFK. This is the one. This is rose, this is oud, this is sexy, this is, it's unisex. God, I love it. It's sweet. I love this fragrance, y'all already know. Oud Satin Mood, and I have the Extrait de Parfum. This is the version that I prefer. It is long lasting. I mean, it is a nuclear. This is nuclear juice, okay? Long lasting fragrance, very projecting. It's loud. It's gonna say Roxanne is here before you even hear my heels clicking down the road. You're gonna know that I'm here because you're gonna smell Oud Satin Mood. Now, I typically wear this for special occasions. This is not a fragrance that I could just throw on in the middle of the day here in Florida. I'm definitely gonna choke somebody out, i.e. me. So I stay away from this fragrance when it's hot. This is an evening, nighttime, date night, you know, holiday party kind of fragrance for me. It's very sexy. It's very sophisticated, extremely classy. Some women say it pulls a little too masculine on them. I love it on me, and I also love it on him. But yep, this is Oud Satin Mood, the Extrait de Parfum from MFK, and we know that this one is a banger. We know that. Okay, so next up I have a fragrance that's kind of like, it's another rose oud combination, because you guys know that's like a really popular combination, but it's really interesting that even though the fragrances have the same kind of makeup with the rose and oud, they are so different. So the one I'm speaking of right here is, this is Rose and White Musk from Joe Malone. Rose and White Musk, ABSOLU from the house of Joe Malone. So, yeah, this one is lighter. It's airier than Oud Satin Mood. There's rose, there's oud, but there's a little bit of white musk that, you know, it makes it a little bit more daytime friendly. This one is not sweet, so it's going to be okay in the daytime, even when it's hot. It's not very sweet, so it won't get any, you won't get any cloying kind of vibes, or, you know, it won't choke you out, even if you overspray. It's very pretty, it's very light, it's very airy, very musky. So this one, however, gives me about 4 hours on the skin. It wears closer to my skin. It's not like a really projecting loud fragrance. It's something that I could easily wear to the office, and I do. And yeah, it's not loud, it's not obnoxious, it's not going to bother anybody's sinuses. It's just a really pretty fragrance, and I find it to be ultra sophisticated. You know what? I love rose and oud combinations. I have a couple of them on my wish list because I just enjoy that scent profile. So yep, from the house of Joe Malone, this is Rose and White Musk, ABSOLU. Pretty fragrance. Smell it if you have not gotten your nose on it. Last but absolutely not least is this one here that broke the internet last year. Was it last year or the year before? I don't know. When was this released? This was released in 2022, so I think that's when it broke the internet. This is Musk Noir Rose from Narciso Rodriguez. Y'all already know about this fragrance because the girlies on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and they were going in. This was a fragrance that it would sell out in a New York minute when it just released. So this opens with plum, there's pink pepper, there's a little bit of bergamot. In the middle is where you have the rose, and in the base there's a little bit of vanilla. I'm gonna spray a little bit over here. I love this fragrance, it's very light. Easy to wear for me, easy grab. Gives about 6 to 7 hours on the skin. It projects, it garners compliments. It's a fragrance that, although I enjoy it, I mean, my dent is right here, but I haven't worn it in a while. I need to put this in my rotation this week because it's a fragrance that you can't go wrong with. It's definitely an easy reach. I don't know anybody that dislikes this fragrance. Of course, there has to be somebody, but this is a fragrance that a lot of people love. It's mass appealing, compliment getting. Yep, so this is a Musk Noir Rose. It makes me feel very girly, very sophisticated, you know, like you got your ish together. You know, I like this fragrance. It's a fragrance that I love. It's one of my faves from Narciso in these type of bottles. Poudre, you already know, is my favorite cube. But yep, this is Musk Noir Rose from the house of Narciso Rodriguez. It's a pretty one, y'all. Okay, guys, so that brings us to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows that you're digging my stuff, all right? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure your notification bells are turned on so you can know every single time I drop a video. And like I always say, you can be anything in the world you want to be with hard work, perseverance, a lot of dedication. But on your way there, even if you're already there, smell like good people. Smell fabulous at all times. Make sure you tell me about your favorite rose fragrances in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.